It was a Fox 11 investigation that made national headlines. We're talking seen by millions of people.
Now there's an explosive new chapter for a popular gadget used in kitchens around the world, perhaps even in yours. A chapter the company went to court to try and block. Investigative reporter Bill Malusian joining us now. Bill?
Well, Dan and Christine, they're called Nutribullets, and millions of people out there use them every day. You might remember last fall, we first reported how numerous people claim to be badly injured by these devices, but now only Fox 11 has obtained test videos handed over by Nutribullet during litigation. They're videos that Nutribullet doesn't want us to air, but we are, and we want to warn you. Some of what you're about to see in this story is graphic. Test videos turned over by Nutribullet during litigation, never seen before until now. Testing done only after reports of graphic and severe injuries with lasting effects.
After the explosion, I looked down my hand and there was just blood everywhere.
But these explosions aren't coming from any battlefield. They're coming from the kitchen.
I touched the top of it to turn it and it just blew.
Allegedly caused by a product millions of Americans use every day.
Introducing the Nutribullet, the superfood nutrition extractor.
This is a horrifically dangerous product. It will cause damage.
None of the customers knew that they were going to explode until it happened.
It's been almost 6 months since Fox 11 first investigated allegations of exploding Nutribullets.
This thing just chopped my hand to pieces pretty much.
That hot liquid exploded onto me and created those nasty burns.
At the time, Nutribullet was being sued by at least 14 people, all claiming their Nutribullets exploded during regular use, leaving them with severe cuts or burns. Nutribullet responded to Fox 11 by saying customer misuse of the product was likely to blame for any incidents. They denied responsibility for any injuries and filed motions to contest the allegations on the grounds they are irrelevant and improper. The story was viewed more than 6 million times on our Fox 11 Facebook page.
Since the story ran the first time, we started getting an avalanche of phone calls.
We have a lot of clients.
Attorneys Boris Trezon and Doug Roshan have now been retained for 86 pending claims against Nutribullet, with all of their clients alleging they suffered severe injuries while using the device.
People were coming out of every state in the country, calling, saying they've been injured by this machine.
And now, only Fox 11 has obtained test videos produced in 2017 by Nutribullet during litigation.
Oh yeah.
They're filmed by the company's manufacturers in China after Nutribullet started facing legal action. The videos were produced by Nutribullet's defense attorneys during discovery as part of a lawsuit filed against the company 2 years ago by a woman named Laura Lambros. The lawsuit alleges that in May of 2014, Lambros was using a Nutribullet to mix lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, and cayenne pepper when the cup popped off the base, causing her pinky and ring finger to be caught in the blades, breaking bone and cutting her fingers and palms severely. In this test, Nutribullet tells Fox 11 that pressure is being artificially added to a Nutribullet blending water. The company says that after 2 minutes and at a pressure of 50 psi, it explodes. In another test, a Nutribullet is shown blending water for 10 minutes and 19 seconds before it ruptures.
Those tests show without any doubt that these machines explode.
It doesn't matter the time frame. It should never happen.
Roshan contends the time needed for a Nutribullet to burst depends on the age of the device and the content being blended.
The quicker it heats up, the more pressure that builds. The more pressure that builds, the hotter it gets. And they go back and forth until it explodes. These blenders could blow up in a matter of seconds to as much as 10 minutes.
And one of his clients says he can attest to that.
It seemed like a grenade went off in my house.
Michael Morey is suing the company after he claims his Nutribullet exploded last December while making a mixture of oatmeal, milk, honey crystal, and green tea.
And I was blending it for about 20 seconds. When I moved my hand to go check on it, it exploded and gave me lacerations all over my hand.
Graphic photos show the extent of Morey's injuries.
You could see the tendons and bone from the cut.
According to his lawsuit, his left hand landed on the still spinning blades, causing severe, deep lacerations, which required emergency treatment, 33 stitches, and resulted in nerve damage.
There's a lot of scar tissue, so when I bend my finger, it actually pinches a nerve right here, and then it shoots pain all the way up my wrist.
Maury says the evidence of the explosion is still on his kitchen ceiling, a splattered mixture of blood and the blended contents, and he's not the only new plaintiff.
And I was like, how the hell did this blow up?
This is Pam Richardson, a 14-year Army veteran who served overseas.
When that Nutribullet went off, it took me right back there to a place I was hoping to forget.
According to her lawsuit against Nutribullet, in September 2016, she used a Nutribullet to blend lemonade, pomegranate juice, and pomegranate seeds for approximately 30 to 40 seconds. When she disengaged the canister from the base, the lawsuit alleges it detached from the blade assembly and both pieces shot off the base towards her face.
Just like a gunshot, it had recoil and everything. It shot me straight up in the face. This part hit this part here, and all my teeth in the front were broken.
The lawsuit claims Richardson was diagnosed with multiple fractured teeth, and she continues to suffer from severe dental problems as a result. Nutribullet maintains that it is physically impossible for the Nutribullet to generate enough heat to explode in under 1 minute of use. And they maintain the product has clear warnings throughout their instruction manuals, which state that customers should not blend hot liquids, shouldn't leave the device unattended, and should never exceed the maximum 1 minute blending time. But these customers say they followed all those rules and still paid a painful price.
I don't understand why they still have this product out there.
For what you need and purpose of the making juices and stuff, it does great, you know, but if I was you, I'd duck when you get ready to, do anything as far as taking it off.
In a formal response, Nutribullet tells Fox 11, quote, "Every day, millions of Nutribullet customers blend nutritious smoothies from fruits, vegetables, and nuts in Nutribullets. Nutribullets are safe and present no issue if used as directed and operated only as long as necessary to prepare a smoothie, which is generally less than 1 minute. Nutribullet is dedicated to the safety of its customers and investigates allegations of injuries involving its products." End quote.
Wow. I mean, like you just showed here, Nutribullet is wildly popular. A lot of people have them. Maybe you have one in your kitchen right now, but for all of those people who suffered these terrible injuries, Nutribullet's basically saying it's operator error, it's on you?
So I have a lot of friends who use the Nutribullet, and when they found out I was doing this story, they said, I've never had a problem with it. Right. And that's the case for a lot of people. You know, Nutribullet maintains that millions of people use this product every single day without any issue, but we're starting to see isolated cases around the country. Last time it was 14, now the same firm has upwards of 86 potential, claims moving forward. People are having some severe injuries. Now, Nutribullet says it's all customer error. People must not be following the instructions correctly. Right. They say it's physically impossible. They're looking at it from a standpoint of physics. They say you simply just cannot generate enough heat in under 30 seconds with room temperature content to have some sort of an explosion. Now, the plaintiffs, their attorneys come back and they'll say, well, it's going to depend on the motor. It's going to depend on how old the unit is. It's going to depend on what you're blending. In those tests, they were only blending water. Some people are blending much thicker things. And what their point is, as they said, it's a sealed vessel. There's no way for pressure to escape, and that's how the pressure is able to build up. Right. Now, when I spoke to Nutribullet's attorneys last fall, they said the unit is specifically sealed for a reason, and that's to protect the user's hands from the blades. So each side has their own perspective on this. It's a he said, she said thing. One thing is clear, Nutribullet strongly contests all these allegations. They're going to be fighting all these lawsuits in court, and they maintain that their product is safe to use as long as you use it according to the instructions. But as you can see with all those photos and some of the people we've interviewed, something's going wrong somewhere, whether it's customer error or a defective machine. It's all going to come out in court.
We're talking that brand of a blender.
The Nutribullet. That's what the allegations are for. And they have several new models, but it appears most of the allegations are for the older units.
All right, Bill.
Great story.
You. In depth.
Well done.